All right, my friends, welcome back to another view-rising video. In this video, we're going to be going over incursions and what they are and what the rewards are. So for this one, I was doing a tier 2 incursion. I'm going to be honest, I should not be doing it at this level. I'm level 74. This is 80 plus, but I'm going to show you what it looks like on the map here. You can see where it shows where these events are. And when you get here, there is a little crystal that will point you the way to know where these little enemies are. Essentially, these little enemies will spawn in waves. And there are little mini crystals. You can see the different types of enemies here. You want to focus the high priority big ones as fast as you can in the beginning here. So this one here, I can't remember the name of this one, but the one casting all this blood magic, she needs to die as soon as possible. You can see that little like orbital blood beam coming from the sky. Once you kill her, it disappears, but you need to get that done immediately. Then you have these other little bat guys here who will dive on you and stun you. That right there, you got to watch out for those. And you can see little red circles summoning on the ground that will summon more and more enemies. And as you kill them, it's kind of charging up the crystal that's floating above you. And you're basically just fighting these guys until the waves are all gone. Here's another little blood lady here. You want to kill her. And once you fight all of them and kill them all, it charges up the crystal like this. Eventually, it will explode. And there you go. These little greater Stygian Shards come out. Another thing you can get from these enemies of this level in the tier 2 incursions is bat leather, which is the highest tier of leather. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run back to the central crystal here. It's going to point us in the direction of another event. We only have to do 2 different waves of this for one incursion event. And you can see there are new enemies to deal with here. These 2 are pretty rough. The little assassin guy is pretty annoying, but luckily in this one he kind of just sat there. But the biggest one you have to worry about in all of these enemies is the Temptress. She is brutal. You can see I'm charmed here. I cannot move until the little blue bar on my health goes down, until my health gets down to that. So look, you can't even strafe this. I'm just going to get hit again. I'm getting pulled all the way to her. And once that blue bar is met, I can dash away. But look, she just sent another one out immediately. I have to pistol roll away from it. I missed. She's going to send another one out, but it doesn't matter. I got hit, stunned. Now I'm charmed. Now I'm getting hit. Then I get hit down to 1 HP, and now I'm almost dead. I got to run and reset the fight. Super dangerous. That's why charm is such a big deal. But it's okay. I came back and reset everything. Hit them with a heart strike here. And again, I'm just going to focus her. You want to make sure you can counter or block or defend that, the little charm heart there. Focus on her a lot. She does a little AoE and she'll also like fly away and stuff. But yeah, anyway, regardless, once you're able to get her down, it's a lot easier here. And I was able to clean everything out, dealing with this little assassin who likes to teleport around. And we got him. I'm going to suck his blood. It's Draculan blood, which is super interesting. It is the new blood type in the game. Very, very, very interesting thing there. I'm not sure how it fits in terms of like the meta, but it's kind of good. We're going to go over it here in a second because I have to heal up. So as I run over to the boss here, you can see here that the top tier 1 is increased movement speed at night. Tier 2 is increased damage against enemies below 30% health. Really interesting there. Tier 3 is 50 to 100% increased healing from Bloodbend. Tier 4 is grants an additional bite charge and will heal you for maximum if you're maximum health. And obviously you're going to boost all of the above effects with Tier 5. So you can actually charm these. In this build, I wasn't able to capture any servants, but you will be able to capture servants in the live version. So overall, pretty interesting blood type. Yeah. So now we're going to get into this boss fight here. I was actually really lucky. I was really apprehensive about what boss it was going to be because I'm only 74. That means I'm 11 levels lower than this boss. And keep in mind, every incursion event boss is the brutal mode version of that boss. So this is Bane. I actually got lucky with this, even though it looks like I'm getting absolutely deleted here. You can see I'm just taking so much damage. He hits so hard because I'm 11 levels lower. But even regardless, this is actually a benefit to me because I do know how to deal with Bane, even though it doesn't look like I do. I know how to deal with him. So I'm able to just like survive a little bit here, use counters to block this. And the reason it's a big deal is because once you get him down to a certain point, he's going to put his little swords away like this. I can heal for just a second. And in these incursion events mode, you can see instantly which one the Bane is. And you want to get this as fast as possible because brutal mode Bane will spring the ambush way faster than normal mode. So anyway, we get right back into that fight. It's not too bad. By this time I had the rhythm and I knew what to do here, and even though it looks like I didn't. We managed to get him down after, just a little bit of time here. And this is what happens. So in tier 1 incursions, this doesn't happen. They'll just die instantly and give you some shards and explode. But for tier 2, they'll go down like this and you can suck their blood. And what's really cool about this is once you suck their blood, it'll actually refill your blood by 50%. So super cool there. That's a really good addition. So here you go. You can see the loot drops here. So instead of just dropping Stygian Shards and some blood orbs, we also got a tier 4 jewel. Look how insane this jewel is. Like, pause the video if you have to. That jewel is ridiculous for an Ice Nova. If you're an Ice Nova enjoyer, that is so amazing. And obviously we also have all of these shards here, these greater shards. We started out with 164. And after picking up every one of these shards, we ended with 364. So that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm at the south of the map here. This is the South Vampire Merchant. You can use the regular Stygian Shards to get blue ancestral weapons. I wouldn't really use these. I'd probably just get my passives, but keep in mind these do give you +2 eye levels over Merciless Iron. So that is something to consider if you want it. Now we're back at the North Merchant. This is the North Merchant here in Mortium. This is where you spend your greater Stygian Shards. These are way more valuable. The purple weapons are the equivalent to what legendary weapons were in Gloomrot. They cost 2,000 greater Stygian Shards. They can also drop from incursion events and bosses in certain level ranges. And they also have a 10% chance whenever you buy one of these to be a artifact weapon, the legendaries, the new legendaries. And these purples and legendaries are the highest tier weapon you could possibly get. You have to craft these to get highest level. And these are extremely, extremely good. So this is where the majority of your shards are going to go after you unlock all of your passives. Speaking of passives, we are back at base here. I'm going to show you how much it costs for every passive. So the tier 1 passives cost 400 Stygian Shards. The tier 2s cost 600 and the tier 3s cost 1,000. So it's definitely a big chunk of change. Also, you can spend your greater Stygian Shards if you use the jewel crafting table. You can actually craft, you'll unlock the ability eventually to craft tier 4 jewels, which is done with greater Stygian Shards. And here, lastly, we have the Stygian Summoning Circle, which benefits from jewel crafting floors. You definitely want to use that here because you don't want to waste shards on this. I'm going to show you what happens whenever we use just this tier 2 thing with the jewels. It says 3 regular gems and minerals. The amount is actually pretty amazing. I will say this has been nerfed since I played, I believe. It doesn't drop as much anymore with all of these. It was dropping a ridiculous amount, especially with like schematics. It was dropping so many. I think the one I was on was dropping like 150 schematics and 3 books or something. But anyway, here is the enemy that it spawns. You have to fight this little dude here, this blood elemental. We're gonna just hit him with every single thing we got here. Just smack away at him. He's gonna keep trying to hurt us. And once we kill him, look at all of this loot that dropped for a little bit of lesser Stygian Shards and a little bit of gem dust. We get a total of about, look at this. I mean, that's a ton. 750, 800 copper, 300-ish iron, and some glass. I mean, that is not half bad for your extra lesser Stygian Shards. And like I said, you can do the same thing with schematics. But I think this has been nerfed, I believe. It's not going to be as good, but it was absolutely crazy in the betas. It kind of broke the game, honestly. So anyway, that is what you can use your Stygian Shards on and how the incursion events work. You can see them on the map here, and it'll tell you how much time you have left based with the Eye of Mortium. It'll tell you exactly how much you have left. So anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you in the next one.